How do we go from this to that? Stay tuned for the transformation. Hey, welcome back to Glory Locz, you guys. Today we'll be getting into a lock transformation, as this client has been coming to me for maybe about 3 to 4 months, and his hair actually has grown, because when he first came to me, it definitely, like, you could see a lot of his scalp. So because we allow his hair to grow out for at least 2 to 3 months, I just wanted to try something different to allow him to have more of a versatile style, because the style that we've been doing is just one that basically covers it up. But he wanted some barrels for his birthday, so today we'll just be trying to figure out exactly how to achieve more versatility with this extreme hair loss. Because of his hair loss and wanting to achieve a style that goes all the way back, I added some hair, like really just trying a test method out to be able to see how I can actually add hair so he can get a more extended style. So as you all see, that's, he has hair in the front, but in the back, that's where it's lacking. So what I tried to do was more so just add like almost like faux locks in a sense, to the back of his hair, so that way we could achieve a style that actually made sense. Here is the mapping that I did, because what I wanted to do was just to make sure that he had enough hair. So I definitely rubber banded before going in and doing the little faux locks. And then, of course, for like some parts of his hair, he did have, I would say, a little more of healthy locks. So I was just able to retwist that. So this service was really a combination of adding, retwisting, and just really trying to get another desired style that he wanted. Now, in regards to the actual hair loss in itself, when he came to me, his hair was already like that. And of course, as a loctician, I do ask my clients as to, what's going on, because it takes a while for your hair to get like that. He really said he doesn't really know. And so, it wasn't anything that was like fungal. Because one of the things before I even touched his hair, he definitely went to the dermatologist. They said that they really honestly didn't know what it is. So what they did was just give him like a antifungal shampoo, if that's the case. But honestly, just from me studying his scalp from the first time that I had him in my chair, I could definitely see that it was just like a hair loss issue, and it wasn't anything that was fungal, because I didn't see any flaking, or like the scalp is bleeding or anything like that. So it really sucks, when you have like a hair journey, and then it gets compromised. And honestly, I know that most people wouldn't take on this type of client, because the simple fact, it really does take time, attention, and detail to be able to perform just a regular service even, like, to be honest with you, I think I spent maybe around 3 to almost 4 hours doing this. So, a regular retwist may take you an hour to maybe even 2 hours, just depending on the lock and density volume of the hair. But for, his services, they are extended because of the simple fact he does have severe hair loss. So, of course, just making sure that I'm taking my time and being gentle with the hair. And then just also, like I said, just ensuring good quality care. This retwist definitely, like I said, did take time. So what I wanted to do was try to retwist the areas that I knew I could quickly put a barrel in, and then of course kind of reverse it, do the easy part and then do the hard part last, so that way I can kind of see how I need to place the actual barrels. Because my thing, I didn't want to place the hair in the wrong spots or map it out in the wrong spot, and then that way I couldn't really achieve the barrel look that we wanted. So definitely just going in with what he already has that's full and doesn't have any problems, and starting those barrels first, and then solving the big problem towards the end of the service. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Definitely subscribe so that way you can see more hair transformations, more lock education. And if you all are watching closely, you can actually see how a barrel is done. The technique for barrels are pretty easy. I would say it's definitely just a combination of alternating locks and then wrapping them around each other. So as you all see, I'm grabbing one piece and I'm wrapping it, tucking it under, and then of course twisting it around for security. And then now I'm taking another lock and then I am wrapping it around. So basically it's almost like making a sandwich. From that first lock that you take, it's almost like making a sandwich. You have the top piece of the bread and the bottom piece of the bread. So you're just going to keep alternating from top to bottom to be able to make a barrel. And then of course sometimes locks are not always symmetrical, so sometimes you may have to take two locks like I'm doing here and then just try to make it make sense. When you are doing barrels, you always want to ask your client if it's tight, because what happens with barrels is you don't realize the tension until maybe about 15, 20, 30 minutes or maybe even the next day. So as I am doing the barrels, I know that yes, the parts and everything have to be clean and it has to look even. But what I don't try to do is add extreme tension, because we've all seen lock styles where you can tell that their hair is like super tight. So there is a way to achieve barrels without being super tight, because that discomfort can cause hair loss for sure. And then for some people it even causes like little pulse bumps, and that just tells you that it's too tight. Because even for me personally, I can do barrels in the front of my head, but I can't do barrels from the front to the back. It just causes too much tension for me. All right, so we kind of fast forwarded just a little bit, and this is where I have taken Afro kinky bulky hair and basically have created like faux locks in a sense. So as you see, I did kind of mix some of the hair. So some of it was like a braiding hair, and then I was just like, oh man, I still kind of wanted to look natural. So I definitely did a mixture of the Afro kinky bulk texture. So that way it actually looks like real locks and not looking like, how braided hair is really shiny. And so you see the ones at the bottom, it's shiny. And I was like, oh yeah, like I didn't really want it to look like that. Because his hair loss was so severe, there were some parts that I actually could not grip. It wasn't enough to put a rubber band on it. So I just wanted to ensure that I kind of fill it in, as you all see, because it was completely like, bald there. So not bald, but it wasn't a lot of hair there. So I definitely just wanted to, fill it in a sense. Now this is where the rubber meets the road. So y'all get a better view of what I have added on. So I'm hoping and I am praying, because like I told him, I've never done this before. But hey, if you give me a chance to, work on your hair, then we'll see what we can do. So this is the before. Like I said, we do have that patch. So just also trying to ensure that when I do the barrels, I can try to cover it up as best as possible. Here I am trying to adjust so you guys can see, because one of the things I know, like with recording, it's like really cool, but at the same time I always want to make sure that my clients are comfortable with me recording, and like trying to make sure that I don't have the camera in their face or makes me or the client uncomfortable. I just want to give you my love. I want to give you my love. I just want to give you my love, my love, my love, my love. Ain't no doubt about it, babe. You should be mine. Through the sun and through the rain, I'll stay by your side. And when seasons change, my love will still remain. 'Cause I got you.
I got you. Ain't no doubt about it, babe. You should be mine. Through the sun and through the rain, I'll stay by your side. And when seasons change, my love will still remain. 'Cause I got you. I got you.
This is where the style got a little complicated because, of course, y'all see I have a little bit of a gap there. So what I am trying to do is make sure that it's wide enough in order for me to be able to kind of still create that actual barrel look. So, of course, like with this barrel, I wouldn't say that it looked a little funny, but it kind of did because of that gap. As you all can see, the other barrels look more tight and just consistent. And so for this one, unfortunately, it did have a little bit of a different look. But when you look at it from a standpoint of someone that wasn't even able to do this style, it was really like a minor, like result or a minor, I don't know what you call it, y'all, but just it was minor in regards to him just being able to do the style. So now I'm just doing the finishing touches on his style, put a little mousse on there, and to, get him right. But I don't think I sat him under the dryer because of the simple fact how long it took me to actually work on it. His hair was pretty much dry, so I just wanted to hand dry it and set the mousse in place. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned during this hair transformation. This was literally one of trust the process type of videos, but I'm so glad that my client's confidence was restored. Once he left out, he definitely, expressed to me that he was super, super happy and that, it just gave him a little boost in his ego. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. I love you guys and I can't wait for the next video.